I'd like to now introduce you to Catherine Graham. Catherine is the co-founder of Seniors Housing Online, downsizing.com, Seniors Flatmates, and they have an incredible story of persistence, resilience, determination, iterating, changing, failing, fixing, and Catherine and her sister-in-law Amanda have been working. They're that typical overnight success story that has been 7 to 8 years in the making. So please make Catherine welcome.
Christina, thank you for inviting me here today. I'm a little bit nervous, so you'll have to excuse me. I don't normally do this sort of thing. My name's Catherine Graham. I'm co-founder of Seniors Housing Online, downsizing.com.au and Senior Flatmates. That's the website there, very proud of it. And we started this journey. I'm in business with my sister-in-law, Amanda, and we actually started this journey as frustrated consumers. We actually had to look for some retirement accommodation for an elderly family member. And we jumped on the internet one night and we thought, surely this has got to be easy. There'll be a website there, we can research, and we'll have this sorted by tonight. And there was absolutely nothing on the internet. And we thought, this was like 10 years ago. And we thought, surely there's got to be something. Why isn't there a realestate.com or a domain.com? And there just wasn't. And I guess the reason being, a lot of this retirement village stock is not sold by real estate agents. Amanda was actually working for the Minister for Ageing at that time. She was Chief of Staff. And she thought, if I'm having problems, what's everyone else doing? The more people we talked to, the more it became obvious that it was a real issue there. So we thought to ourselves we'd build a website. When you're searching for retirement property, it's actually really tricky to navigate. There's certain things you have to look at in regards to title, vacancies and pricing points normally not clear. It's a very complex system to navigate. And then when you don't have the resources to hand and you have to make a decision in a pretty sort of short space of time, it gets to be quite critical. So we built a website. There was a problem and we thought, let's solve the problem. We'll build a website. And we built it and we adapted real estate technology to it. So we're basically wanting it to be a one-stop shop where people could go online without sort of any prior knowledge. They could, we had like tick boxes where you could select location, price point, what sort of services you were looking for, what sort of lifestyle facilities you wanted around you, and then we had to build the content. And I have to be honest with you, that's been the hardest part of the journey so far. Just convincing retirement village group operators and the aged care sector to actually list with us. It's been really, really difficult. Actually, for our first conference, we went to Retirement Village Conference. We had one listing and we were so excited about that. We were just patting ourselves on the back. We thought we were great. And then since in that last 10 years, we've just had close to 15,000 listings. So that's how much we've grown. The interesting thing is that we actually had the audience from day one. And the way we actually grew that audience was that we actually put ourselves on a couple of really big search engines, and that drove the traffic to our site. So we had the audience, we just had to build up the content. And over time, I guess we were actually a little bit before our time. We were sort of pioneers in the way that we sort of had the idea, but the first retirement village conference that we went to, most of the corporates in the room didn't even have a website, let alone thinking about digital advertising. So now all of our corporate clients have the digital advertisers, the marketers, and they seem to have caught up to our idea, which is good news for us. So we also monetised the site by charging for listings. We had cash flow from day one, and we also charged for third-party ads. We thought about maybe going down the path of maybe free listings, but with the sector we're dealing with, it was sort of like, well, what's wrong with the product? Why is it free? So they were prepared to pay straight away, which was great news also for us. The there's a very big difference between the 55 baby plus boomer generation, which is our core market, and the older senior. The older seniors are quite frugal, and the baby boomer empty nesters, which is the market we're attracting, is they want the luxury holiday lifestyle. They want active lifestyle sort of living. They want a different type of housing. They want big villas. They want to be able to entertain. They want active lifestyle facilities around them. And they also want the lock up and leave convenience. They travel regularly. A lot of our old stock, our retirement village stock on the site is now being redeveloped for these larger villas. So gone are the one bedroom and the little brown balcony. It's just all about nice large villas. Lessons we've learnt through this journey. We've always approached this business as frustrated consumers. We are not tech experts, and I'm the first one to put my hand up and say we're not tech. We've always had our consumer hat on in regards to how we've approached how the consumer would search our site. We've rebuilt the website about 4 times over 10 years, and each time we've had our consumer hat on. We've been very fortunate to surround ourselves with fantastic mentors, and also with a great web development team. So we bring the experts in. We need their expertise. I don't know whether you've heard of the term the lean startup methodology. Well, basically, all new startups these days, that's the Bible they're told to read. And basically, 10 years ago, that term wasn't even invented. We were actually doing it. And basically the principle behind it is that you test small and you invest in what works. And that's what we did. We started the website and we had some listings and we had an audience, and then we thought, well, why don't we actually try maybe a concierge service attached to that, where we could actually place people into the retirement villages. And there was just no uptake on that, and we thought, okay, we don't have time to waste with that. We'll just concentrate solely on what works and how we can get our cash flow in. We've actually been really fortunate to attend quite a few US tech conferences, and they've been really cutting edge, like really advanced, and we've been really fortunate to be able to bring back fantastic ideas for our business, and also we've met some great contacts along the way. I've actually just forgotten to show some slides. That's how nervous I am. But what I wanted to do is actually just quickly show you. Yeah, I am nervous. This is just some of the retirement sort of luxury resorts we have on our site. This is a development up in Queensland, and I've actually been to. It's actually built on a golf course. It has about 3 swimming pools, and it's pretty nice. And this is sort of like another new apartment. So this was an old retirement village. A lot of the not-for-profits actually they've land banked land, and they're quite valuable now, blocks of land, and they're now actually redeveloping all the stock to sort of similar things like this. And that's actually a development south of Sydney. And what we're finding is that in the high urban growth areas is that there's a lot of high-rise development for the over 55s. There we are, that's better. That's where I stop. Anyway, what we've actually done in the last 10 years, we built the website Seniors Housing Online because we were actually looking for retirement accommodation for our parents. But now we're rebranding to downsizing.com.au. We find it's just a kinder term where the baby boomers certainly do not think that they're senior. So it's an alienating sort of term. And the older seniors don't view themselves as seniors either. Most of them are online now searching for themselves. So we're a soft launch before Christmas, and we're rebranding to Downsizing. And hopefully it's going to attract the core boomer market to us. We've also, to the website, we've added products and services. In the last 10 years, there's been a broader range of services to choose from. There's now in-home care. So we now have a section on our site where there's a lot of in-home care agencies sprouting up. Basically, it allows you the opportunity to stay in your own home and in-home care comes to you. So we're offering that. We want our audience to be able to enjoy the full consumer experience and be able to search for services like that online as well. We've also, there's also been a huge growth of specialist legal and financial services to the baby boomers. So you are also able to list your products and services there as well. We've also launched another site, and I love this site. It's called Senior Flatmates. And basically, Senior Flatmates, we came up with the idea because we knew we had a lot of people looking for rentals on the site, and we thought, well, we've also got another group of consumers, the empty nesters, baby boomers, and they're actually searching for, or they're actually researching their downsizing options. So we thought, why don't we connect the two groups together? And so basically what it does, it allows a person who might be an empty nester, they might have 1 or 2 bedrooms, and they can rent it out to a person who's looking for a rental. It's a free site. It's actually, we've been promoting it on Facebook. We actually had one community which was actually quite fun. A guy had a block of land up near Noosa, and he had like 6 little, actually it wasn't rooms, it was just like 6 little cabins, and it was shared about 15,000 times on Facebook. It went viral, and he was looking for a cook. I think he was looking for a wife, I'm sure. But anyway, but it's just that sort of concept. It's a sharing thing too, and it doesn't you don't actually have to be a senior to, you know, there's a lot of older people in the community that might want a younger student or someone like that to actually come in and do some chores around the house. And you know, it's just relating to the sharing economy. So that's going really well. The good news is, we're in business for 10 years, and we were approached last year by 2 angel investors. We couldn't have asked for 2 better investors. It's like fantastic news for us. It means that that we can actually now scale up the Australian business quite smartly and shortly. And it also means that we actually have employed a sales team for the first time in 10 years. So we've got people on the phones now calling. And for us, Amanda and I have just, for the last 10 years, we've been, you know, here, there, everywhere. And it's just such a luxury for us to be able to have that staff on board. And it's about growing revenues now for us. We also have an international site. We're actually the only retirement real estate global portal in the world. And basically, technology is actually allowing us to do this because we already have listings in China, India, Thailand, Indonesia. India is actually a really fast emerging market that's growing quite rapidly. And with technology, this actually allows us to be able to scale up the business really quickly. All of our sites have the capacity, and I don't want to go too tech here, but all of our sites have the capacity for XML feed exporter, which means that properties are just fed to the site overnight each night. And it's very easy to get listings. In fact, when we went to the US, we were actually embraced because a lot of their retirement portals over there are based on a commission model, and ours is subscription. So we've never been a commission type model. And look, that's the end of my talk. Really, I've gone a bit too fast there. But I will just say, you know, I think if you've got an idea out there, I think it's really important to believe in it. And we have had so many detractors over the years. I've put a lot of that down to ignorance. And I think because we're a little bit ahead of our time, it was very easy to get knocked back a lot. But we haven't been running around trying to find investors. We've actually had an idea. We've executed it. We've had cash flow from day one, we've had the audience from day one, and now we've got the content. So it's just a matter of just following the idea through and not trying to be sidetracked too much by, there are a lot of disruptors out there. And that's it, that's my story.
Thank you. So I forgot to highlight, for somebody who's not into tech, Catherine and Amanda were named in the top 50 female tech entrepreneur, 50 tech, women in tech, sorry, top 50 women in tech. How's that? So again, that determination, that resilience, that absolute passion and belief in the end result. So what I'd like you to do now is turn to the person who is your accountability buddy for the day and have a 1 minute takeout on what you are going to actually go out and action from that conversation. Go.